India, a land of vibrant diversity and ancient wisdom, found itself under British rule for centuries. The year was 1947. A frail yet determined man, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, stood at the forefront of India's struggle for independence. His weapon of choice was not the sword, but the unwavering power of truth and non-violence. Principles he called Satyagraha. Gandhi, or Mahatma, Great Soul, as he was fondly called, led a non-violent revolution that resonated far beyond the borders of his homeland. Gandhi's life and teachings serve as a beacon of hope, reminding us of the transformative power of peace. He showed the world that true strength lies not in physical might, but in the courage to resist injustice through non-violent resistance. His legacy continues to inspire countless individuals and movements striving for justice, equality, and freedom across the globe. This essay delves into the life and times of Mahatma Gandhi, exploring his formative years, the evolution of his philosophy, and his pivotal role in India's struggle for independence. We will examine the key principles of Satyagraha, its impact on the Indian independence movement, and its enduring relevance in today's world. Gandhi's philosophy of Satyagraha was deeply rooted in his upbringing and personal experiences. Born in 1869 in Porbandar, Gujarat, Gandhi was raised in a devout Hindu family that valued truthfulness, non-violence, and religious tolerance. These early influences instilled in him a strong moral compass that would guide his actions throughout his life. At the age of 19, Gandhi traveled to England to study law. During his time there, he encountered various philosophical and religious traditions, including the teachings of Leo Tolstoy and Henry David Thoreau, which emphasized the power of love and non-violent resistance. These encounters further shaped his worldview and sowed the seeds of Satyagraha. After completing his law studies, Gandhi returned to India, but soon left for South Africa to practice law. It was in South Africa that he faced the brutal realities of racial discrimination and oppression imposed by the apartheid regime. This experience proved to be a turning point in his life, leading him to develop and refine his philosophy of Satyagraha as a means to fight injustice and inequality. Gandhi's time in South Africa, from 1893 to 1914, was a period of intense personal and political awakening. He witnessed firsthand the systematic discrimination and violence faced by Indians who were treated as second-class citizens. This ignited within him a deep sense of empathy and a determination to fight for social justice. In 1906, Gandhi launched his first Satyagraha campaign in South Africa to protest against the discriminatory Asiatic Registration Act, which required Indians to carry registration certificates. He called upon his fellow Indians to resist these unjust laws through non-violent means, including peaceful protests, civil disobedience, and boycotts. Gandhi's Satyagraha campaigns in South Africa were met with fierce resistance from the authorities, who responded with arrests, imprisonment, and violence. However, Gandhi and his followers remained steadfast in their commitment to non-violence, enduring hardships and suffering with remarkable courage and resilience. Gandhi returned to India in 1915, a transformed man. He had honed his philosophy of Satyagraha and emerged as a leader of international renown. India, at that time, was yearning for freedom from British rule, and Gandhi's message of non-violent resistance struck a chord with millions. Gandhi traveled extensively across India, connecting with the masses, understanding their grievances, and mobilizing them against British rule. He called upon Indians to embrace Swadeshi, self-reliance, by boycotting British goods and promoting indigenous industries. His simple lifestyle, characterized by austerity and empathy for the poor, resonated deeply with the Indian people. Gandhi lived in a simple ashram, dressed in khadi, homespun cloth, and adopted a vegetarian diet, emphasizing the importance of self-sufficiency and minimizing harm to all beings. Gandhi's leadership of the Indian independence movement ushered in an era of unprecedented mass mobilization. He launched a series of non-cooperation movements, urging Indians to withdraw their support from the British administration. The non-cooperation movement of 1920 to 22 witnessed millions of Indians boycotting British institutions, schools, courts, and legislative councils. Gandhi's call for civil disobedience, including the refusal to pay taxes, shook the foundations of British rule in India. The British government responded with repression, arresting thousands of satyagrahis, including Gandhi himself. However, the movement demonstrated the power of non-violent resistance in challenging colonial authority and galvanizing public opinion. In 1930, Gandhi launched the Salt Satyagraha, one of the most iconic and defining moments of the Indian independence movement. The salt tax, imposed by the British, was seen as a symbol of oppression, as it disproportionately affected the poorest Indians. Gandhi, along with 78 followers, embarked on a 240-mile march from his ashram in Ahmedabad to the coastal village of Dandi, Gujarat, to produce salt from seawater, defying the British salt monopoly. The march captured the imagination of the nation and beyond, inspiring millions to join the movement. The Salt Satyagraha triggered a wave of civil disobedience across India, with people from all walks of life participating in the manufacture and sale of illegal salt. The British government responded with brutal force, arresting tens of thousands of protesters, including Gandhi. India's independence in 1947 came at a heavy price, with the partition of the country into India and Pakistan. The partition triggered widespread communal violence and displacement, a tragedy that deeply saddened Gandhi. Gandhi, a staunch advocate of Hindu-Muslim unity, worked tirelessly to quell the riots and provide solace to the victims. He undertook a fast unto death, appealing for peace and harmony between the two communities. His efforts helped to restore a semblance of order in the midst of chaos. The partition, however, remained a source of immense sorrow for Gandhi. He had hoped for an undivided India where people of all faiths could live together in peace and harmony. The violence and bloodshed that accompanied partition weighed heavily on his heart. The legacy of the Mahatma, a timeless message. Gandhi's assassination on January 30th, 1948, at the hands of a Hindu extremist, sent shockwaves across the world. The man who had lived by the principle of non-violence met a violent end, a stark reminder of the deep-seated prejudices and hatred that continued to plague society. Despite the tragedy of his assassination, Gandhi's legacy continues to inspire and guide us. His life and teachings remain as relevant today as they were during his lifetime, offering a blueprint for building a more just, equitable, and peaceful world. Gandhi's message of Satyagraha, with its emphasis on truth, non-violence, and reconciliation, transcends time and place. It provides a powerful framework for resolving conflicts, challenging injustice, and promoting social change through peaceful means. Gandhi's global impact inspiring generations. Mahatma Gandhi's influence extended far beyond the borders of India. His philosophy of Satyagraha resonated with people across the globe who were struggling against oppression, discrimination, and injustice. Martin Luther King Jr., the American civil rights leader, drew inspiration from Gandhi's teachings and methods. King's nonviolent movement against racial segregation in the United States, culminating in the Civil Rights Act of 1964, stands as a testament to the power of Gandhian principles in effecting social change. Nelson Mandela, in his struggle against apartheid in South Africa, also embraced Gandhi's philosophy of nonviolent resistance. Mandela's unwavering commitment to dialogue, reconciliation, and forgiveness, even after decades of imprisonment, reflects the profound influence of Gandhi on his life. The power of nonviolence, a force for change. Gandhi's life and legacy stand as a testament to the transformative power of nonviolence. He showed the world that lasting change can be achieved not through force or coercion, but through love, compassion, and a steadfast commitment to truth. Nonviolence, as espoused by Gandhi, is not passive submission to injustice. It is an active and courageous form of resistance that requires immense moral strength, discipline, and a willingness to endure suffering without resorting to violence. Gandhi's Satyagraha campaigns demonstrated that non-violent resistance can be a highly effective way to challenge unjust laws, expose the immorality of oppressive regimes, and mobilize public opinion in favor of change. Conclusion: the Mahatma's enduring relevance. Mahatma Gandhi, the father of India, was more than just a political leader. He was a moral compass for a nation yearning for freedom and dignity. His life, dedicated to truth, non-violence, and service, continues to inspire generations worldwide. Gandhi's legacy reminds us that the pursuit of justice and equality is an ongoing struggle that requires constant vigilance, courage, and a willingness to challenge injustice wherever we find it. His message of Satyagraha remains as relevant today as it was during his lifetime, offering a path to a more just, equitable, and compassionate world. As we navigate the complexities of the 21st century, facing challenges such as conflict, inequality, and climate change, Gandhi's teachings provide us with a timeless framework for action. His unwavering belief in the power of truth, non-violence, and love to overcome hatred, injustice, and oppression continues to serve as a beacon of hope for a better future.